Oh yeah, and we back for this next episode of the next show with your boy Deli Del, Heavy D Midas. Just a quick take on this one. Now that sports has come back on, yay! Sports is back on. Oh, again. Only had to go 48 hours this time without it. Oh boy, wow. I can finally talk about something again on this show. Hooray! So, Raptors started their Game 1 series against the Celtics and lost, unfortunately, 112-94. I think, the Raptors did what they could, but they seemed preoccupied for some weird reason. Maybe a little preoccupied. Should have been focusing on basketball more, maybe. NHL playoffs still going on, second round. Looks like there's going to be a few teams advancing here in a hurry. Vegas, it looks like Dallas could advance next round. The Lightning and the Isles too. The Isles, which brings me to Philly, which I'll get to in a moment. But just quick hot takes on everything. I don't want to take up too much time on this one. So yeah, we'll get into all of that and a few more things. Some AEW talk. Yeah. So first thing I'll start off with is again your Toronto Raptors going down 112-94 to the Boston Celtics. Celtics lead 1-0 in the series now. Um, you know, like Van Vliet said, you're going to beat the Raptors 4 times in a series. Likely not. Boston's a nice little team in the East, but I don't think they're going to be able to contend with the likes of LeBron or Kawhi in the West when it comes down to it. So, better just pave the way for the Raptors, go back to back, and then you can try again next year. But, Toronto, I mean, I haven't really done my NBA predictions yet. Something that I might do on a future show here, since there's still a few series that are wrapping up their first round matchups. But, I mean, from the looks of it, Boston, they're capable of winning 1 or 2 games against Toronto, but I think that's it. So I might take the Raps in 6 for this series. So, lose 1 game, no big deal. Come back, make the adjustments, and see what happens in game 2. So, on a much brighter note, actually, the Blue Jays are 18-14, which is really nice. Apparently, they're doing the format's going to be like a 1 versus 8 type of format for the playoffs this year in Major League Baseball with the whole virus thing going on. So 1 versus 8, I guess the Jays are currently holding that 8th spot, and then I guess they would be just 2.5 games or a game and a half back or something of the Yankees for the division lead. So they're in the chase. I mean, still mediocre, I think, but at least they're making it entertaining for the fans. At least that they have something to chase and something to look forward to. Maybe if they can advance into the postseason. So we'll see. But I don't know if they're going to keep it rolling or not. They might just free fall. Major League Baseball is one of those surprising leagues where a team can be 12 games up in position to win a division title and then just completely bomb and lose it on the last day of the season. So usually, well, I mean, there's a lot of games to make up. I know this year with the shortened season, not as many games to make up, but still, we'll see what happens with the Jays going forward. I honestly don't expect much, so I hope they prove me wrong. Yeah, NHL. I mentioned the series earlier. All the teams that could be advancing. As far as mine and your Philadelphia Flyers are concerned, it's gonna be tough to win a series against a team like the Islanders when you're averaging a goal a game and your big stars aren't showing up to these games. So I don't know what's going on. Giroux, everybody's talked about Giroux. Even, the coach, Vigneault's called him out. Didn't really do much tonight. I don't know, man. These guys got to step it up. Maybe trade him if he's not going to form to the level that he's capable of. Or maybe even just strip the C off him and maybe try and give it up to somebody else because I don't know. It's not working. It's not working for G. There's a lot of responsibility in Philadelphia when it comes to wearing that C and getting the job done, especially in the playoffs. And if you know if you're just gonna think you can float by and win a couple rounds, it doesn't work that way. Guy's got to step up. If he's got some kind of nagging injury or something, then take yourself out of the lineup because you're virtually ruling yourself ineffective by doing what you're doing. So I don't know. Hopefully he can get through it, or he's gotta go. I mean, the experiment has brought us moderate success, I would say, but not the ultimate prize. So I don't think he's worth his keep at this point, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. I mean, they could still come back, but it's going to be really, really hard. I know they've done it before, but I don't think this is the kind of team that can do it. So, kudos to the Islanders for staying patient and playing their game, and capitalizing on Philly mistakes. That's really all I want to say about that. I was checking out some AEW highlights this past week, and I think the MJF John Moxley feud would be alright if Mox, and I've said this in the YouTube chats and AEW and stuff. He'd be decent if his gimmick, if he wasn't trying so hard to be like uber intense. That's my issue with the guy. You know what I mean? It's almost like he's trying too hard. But with like, I don't know, MJF, he just does such a great job of like selling the heel status and just being completely like obnoxious and annoying. It's awesome. It's really great. I love it. I would love to see OC Orange Cassidy versus MJF in the future for the title. I think that would be awesome. I think at your like next Double or Nothing, you guys should think about that. Tony, Chris, Cody, if you're listening, maybe that'd be a killer dream match for the third anniversary of Double or Nothing. I don't know. The OC versus MJF for the title. I like the sound of that. And then I don't know. I mean, I know Brian Cage is in the mix, but we need him to like take on like the big guys, like the super heavyweights, like Booker T and his buddy were talking about the return of the super heavyweights, like Brock Lesnar type mofos. That's what I would love to see. I think Brian Cage is in that category, and he kind of just needs to like chill there. But they need to build up some other like big guys that he can take on. I think MJF isn't the biggest fellow, and neither's Mox really, and neither's the OC. So I think they can kind of stay in like a welterweight, light heavyweight kind of division, and then or even heavyweight if they want to call them that. These guys put on some muscle, but then you got the super heavyweights like Brian Cage and Keith Lee from WWE and some of these guys. The return of the super giant heavyweights, big shows, guys like that. So again, MJF versus the OC Orange Cassidy for the title. That'd be an awesome main event. I would love to see that, but you gotta let the beat build, as Wheezy said. You gotta let the feud build up, and gotta have fun with it. Do a bunch of hijinks, some prank stuff. Have some fun with it, but let it build. Let that hatred, that true hatred and animosity for each other build, so it can be like an explosive main event for their anniversary of Double or Nothing. That'd be amazing. I would love to see that. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't know. I didn't really see anything about the NFL news. I mean, all they're talking about is just trades and nothing really important that I've seen. So, oh yeah, I was watching. I think what is it? Last night, I was watching the first high school football game that took place since the virus measures took place. Didn't watch most of it. Just saw that it was coming on. I mean, I have zero interest in high school football, but then I saw highlights on my phone about college football. College football started, and then it was like the first play was a touchdown, and yeah, didn't see too many people in the stands. So that's one of the other things that's gonna look weird. In addition to empty stadium baseball, which for me personally, I think the empty stadium baseball looks the weirdest to me of all the empty arena, empty stadium sports that I've seen so far. But yeah, I mean, they're gonna start to allow fans back in soon. They started. I've seen fans at the wrestling shows, at the AEW show, just like I guess like spread out. So I don't know. I don't know if that was still like people from their families or whatever, but they're fans and they're cheering. Unlike the Thunderdome WWE experiment, which I mean, it got rave reviews. People were saying, but I think it looked a little bit cheesy for me, a little bit corny to some of the people that were on camera. But nevertheless, it was mostly positively well received. So good on them. We'll see what they can do to try and compete with some of the heat that's being generated by AEW. So we'll see. So yeah, guys. I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about on this episode. There's really not much else going on in the world of sports, really. Now that it's come back on, so we'll see how far these guys got with the stoppage. And I mean, I hope nothing like that has to happen again. Like it's really sad that I have to be talking about something like that. First of all, about how the athletes thought of what's going on first, and then to have to talk about shutdown of games. Oh, is it because of the pandemic? No. Is it because of a labor stoppage? No. Is it because of a collective bargaining agreement dispute? No. No. It's because they wanted to stop awareness for black people getting killed by white policemen. So, I mean, hire more black cops and just stop killing each other too out in the streets. And I said this on Facebook and the chats and everything, and I'm gonna say it on my show too. If you guys are gonna do this and try and stop sports and bring awareness and all that, then make sure y'all not killing each other out in the streets too over drugs and Jordan sneakers and stuff like that. Make sure to be like really unified. What about is that movement or lifestyle, way of life, as LeBron called it? Is this sort of thing going to unify the Crips and the Bloods? Uh, uh, well, we'll see about that. I highly doubt not. I highly doubt it that it will unify them. I mean, it's all gang related shit. So if it does, it'd be a miracle. So, start out there in the grassroots too, and empower all that black youth, to not do things like that or like kill people over just material things, and then focus on like the justice reform and all that too. You got to lead by example, and give back and everything, and do like LeBron does. Try to provide people with education and resources, things like that. They know what they have to do. They know what they have to do, but just I mean, I'm talking about it on a sports talk show now, so it's something that I had to bring into the conversation on my show too. So that's exactly what they wanted, and hopefully that message spreads and reverberates from here. But regardless, sports are back on, and I really, really hope they never have to do that again. So please, people, smarten up. On that note, thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to me on the microphone once again. As always, I want to thank my beautiful white person for making this show possible. It wouldn't be possible without you, baby. So thank you. And my baby girl Sophia, Daddy loves you so much. I hope you watch this. And yeah, Daddy love you so much. Hugs and kisses. I love you. You're so beautiful. You're the apple of my eye and the wind beneath my wings. I love you so much. Mwah. All right, guys. That's it. Continue to wash your hands. Be safe out there. And we'll see you on the next episode of the next show.